My name is Jurrien, and I have found food that can easily be produced in abundance in Africa. It's the fastest growing and oldest grain in Africa, which is disappearing quite rapidly. But I want to reintroduce this product in Africa again. And I have found people in the poorest country of the Sahel area in Chad who are absolutely willing to start this in April this year, if we can get the funding for that. We know that before the end of this month. And my dream is to connect this to our Western world, where we need, for instance, people that support microfunding to support the experiment in Chad, to export to support the project in Chad, and I think within 5 years we can create an abundance of FONIO, which is the name of the product that I'm talking about. And I'm really looking for people that can help connect this to our Western world. And I know from my visit in Chad that the IT people on the other side of the line in Chad are there as well, and they work in the same environments as you do. So it's like an elephant in a room. I mean, that people haven't seen that this was available already for so many years. And I think we are very close to realizing something like that. And I'm really looking for help. How can we store values in a new way that are created over there by food? How can we monitor and help the agricultural process, etc.? So a lot of inputs are necessary, I think, to make it a success, but everything to work is there.
Before we go to the next one, can you respond to the idea at GP maybe from a Nature 2.0 perspective?
Well, from a Nature 2.0 perspective, what I hear you saying is I want to create a machine-to-machine ecosystem that can be used in agriculture. I want to do this to create a system that is beneficial, is usable for all people who work in agriculture, because I do not want to build it to create a company that makes money, but I want to think about all the services needed to create such an ecosystem. So from Nature 2.0 perspective, it would be the challenge to think about, okay, which part of the solution is digitally in the cloud, which part would you solve by edge computing, and where do you connect to the physical world? And I think I already talked to Jurrien. He has connections to the Dutch embassy. He has connections to the ministry in Chad. So if you are thinking about a very enticing launching platform and you like agriculture, it would be a great start. What could AI do in such an optimization of agriculture? What are the opportunities you see there?
Yeah. Let's see if this works. Okay. I mean, was talking to an interesting company yesterday based out of Netherlands, and what they do is supply chain optimization using AI, whether it's looking at certain predictive patterns for how food, give me a second. Need some AI here. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I mean, supply chain optimization can be considered as well. What's also really difficult. I was last week in Davos, and I was there at a panel where they were explaining the existing systems that we have for farming and agriculture, And one of the speakers, and this video is now going viral, it's on Facebook. One of the speakers mentioned that in America, while they talk about labor productivity growth in terms of jobs created, the challenge has been the quality of the jobs. So there are some individual people in these farms, when they're part of that supply chain, they have to wear diapers because they're not allowed to go to the toilet, because they have to manufacture food within a certain KPI or criteria because of the existing system they're in. So we're really designing inhumane systems. Our supply chain, food supply chain is a really old model that could use fresh new ideas like yours. AI could be part of it, but if you really dig down and start finding how we're designing some of these systems and try and make them more human, that would also be very, very relevant.
We're going to switch because we're not going to use Sketchbook anymore. I'm really done with it. So I'm just going to walk with this mic and give it to you.
Thank you for your advice. I have only a very limited time to explain, but I think the interest of the Western world in a product like FONIO from Africa is also that there the food scarcity, the food insecurity is very present. I mean, you have a meal today or not. Here, our food is slowly demolished by food industry, and we don't even see that we don't have nutritional food anymore, but we're only eating empty packaging of that we call food. And so we need new types of food. And I think FONIO from Africa is one of the few products that can bring, let's say, a kind of a super quinoa to the Western world, where we can create abundance, which was not the case with quinoa. Yeah?
And to add on that, because I know Jurrien is very modest, but he is the guy who brought quinoa to your supermarket. So he already has done this once. If you're looking for a great launching platform to participate in challenges, talk to him.